Hey everyone, happy Friday. Dr. Garrett here with Joint School District 171. Hey, I wanted to do a quick video update on some of the things that are going on. We've got a lot of things happening in the district, schools getting started in and out and around and lots of different things. So before I get to that, I want to tell everyone our hearts go out to those who are losing homes and fighting the fires. And, it's been a very, very difficult time for a lot of people, and hopefully we can get this under control and get things managed and people get back to their routines and get some homes rebuilt and stuff. So very sad times, and I know there's a lot of people out there working on that. So our hearts go out to everybody, and let us know if we can do anything. We'll do what we can to help. So and thank you for all of you people, every volunteer and everybody that's out there working, trying to keep that under control. I know it's a tough job. So we'll keep our eye on that, and hopefully everybody stays safe. So wanted to update you a little bit about our where we stand with our school and some of the phases. And there's a lot of talk about the green phase, the yellow phase, those type of things. So I want to kind of go into the details a little bit on that so people kind of understand a little bit more, and hopefully I can clarify some of those things. Had a lot of questions, a lot of emails, a lot of concerns about what's going on, and I just want to clarify. I think there's a lot of misinformation going on out there, and hopefully we can clarify some of those things today. So I'll keep this as short as possible. I know videos are, we all watch videos and kind of get tired of watching them, so we'll try to keep it as short as possible. So number one thing, next week we will be in the yellow phase at Orofino Junior Senior High School and Orofino Elementary School. So the reason we're in yellow phase is we've had that recommendation from public health. And yes, we are in green, and Clearwater County is in green phase because of the numbers per capita of cases within our school. We're well within those guidelines of moving to yellow. And that is why the recommendation came from public health. And I have that letter. I'm attaching that to the same notification that's going out that's here, so you guys can look at that as well. It's an email from public health from Carol Morley that basically says they recommend it. Now, they don't make us do that. They only recommend that we do that. So I took that to the board on Tuesday evening, and they reviewed that, and they understood, and they agreed to go ahead and put us in yellow for now. And what that means basically, and I'll go through here in just a second. So one of the questions that comes up with that is, when do we go back to green? And that's a great question, and hopefully it's soon. What we'll do is we'll look at the trends. We currently have some positive cases, and then the quarantining around that, which affects us, and then we'll look at that, and as that trend starts to go down, which we anticipate that this next week. We're waiting on some test results and some things coming back at this point, and then hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, we will get that back. Obviously, we're reviewing our plan every 2 weeks, so the 21st, we're going to review that as well. If we can do that before then, we will. If it's after that, obviously, it's after that. So we're going to keep an eye on that and keep you informed with that. And again, there's a letter of that recommendation from them, and then as a school district, we get to decide from there. What does yellow mean? I guess those are some of the questions that come up. The major difference on yellow right now is pretty simple. We offer an online option to students who are sick or ill. We also ask that students and staff and any visitors in the building wear masks. Now, the masks are not a 24/7 ask. They are, basically the right definition of that is wearing face coverings where distancing cannot be maintained for any length of time. So when we're looking at, hallways are probably one place, classrooms where we have some more crowded classrooms where we can't separate kids as much, buses, those type of things. And those are just a few of the things. We want to use some common sense on this, and obviously take some breaks from that and make sure we're not just staying masked 100% of the time. So that's been a big question, a big concern. I hope everybody works with us on that. And, we're definitely not trying to impose something that is going to be detrimental. We're just going to try to corral and try to maintain what we have and try to reduce as well. Another piece of that is following the guidelines, the yellow guidelines from the High School Activities Association. And really what that entails is it limits a little bit on our crowds, our fans. What we've decided to do is players' immediate families. It really says 50 or less gatherings, but if we have a football game, for example, just the players from both teams are going to be 50 plus in some cases at Orofino High School. So we're looking at letting families come in and trying to distance as much as possible. Indoor activities such as volleyball and those type of things, we're going to ask people to mask, or if they can distance on the bleachers, sit with families and distance as much as possible. That's acceptable as well. But we're going to ask that they mask indoors. So those are some of the big things. The link is on our website as well to look at those things. But those are the three main things. A little bit more masking. The activities associations following those guidelines, and then also our online offerings for students who are quarantined or ill. So let me give you a little bit of explanation since I have you for Orofino Junior Senior High School. Last week, this current week, I guess, we just finished yesterday. We had a 3-day week. We went to online learning, or out of school, out of building learning. What happened with that, and the reason we did that, and again, we're pushing some HIPAA lines, and HIPAA is, the health laws that protect people's privacy on that. But I wanted to share with everybody that last week when we made that determination, or the prior week, we had 14 staff members who were either positives or quarantined due to positives. And with 14 staff members out of that building, it was a very large percentage of our workforce. So we also had some students testing positive and then quarantine around that. And so with that, we made the decision it was going to be very difficult to find 14 subs and in some of the unique positions that we had. And so that's why we made the decision to go out. We wouldn't normally do this. I mean, we would normally try to stay within the yellow, and that's what we would want to do. But in this particular case, we just could not do that because it just wasn't feasible. So I hope that helps a little bit with people on the explanation. And, we certainly want to follow the guidelines, and we want to keep kids in school as much as possible, and our workforce there as well. So, a little bit disheartening to see some of the division that we have in the community, and some of the, people are voicing their comments, or their opinions, which is fine. I absolutely respect that. I ask that we all respect each other and their opinions, and we move forward, and we try to keep kids in school and keep activities going, and keep our staff in school as well, and keep our community safe. So we'll continue to try to be as transparent. We will be as transparent as possible, and we'll give you information every time we can that we have. And again, I apologize because we can't give some of those details out. I wish we could, but we can't. So some of the decisions that are made, we have to kind of make based on the information that we have, and do the best we can. So we appreciate everybody who's supporting us and being positive out there. I see some great learning things going on. We're starting some new programs. Our MAP programs is what we're testing and placing in our schools. It's turning out to work really well. People are adjusting and adapting. It's amazing. Whenever people want to get in school and want to get something done, we can get that done. So being creative with things, and we appreciate all your support, and we'll continue to keep you updated. And I hope everybody gets out and has a great weekend, and hopefully the smoke will clear out so we can have some beautiful days and beautiful fall weather. So we'll talk to you later. Thank you again, everybody, for all your support, and have a great weekend. Thanks.